Listen up, come in. Come. What are you guys gonna do?
Win.
How are you gonna do that?
Score. Bop. They're always wet.
And you, hey, when they get iced tea, what are you gonna do?
Non-metallic.
No cards. If anyone is dumb and gets carded, then you can play in the next game potentially. So we need you for the whole game. We're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Make them look dumb.
I put this ball. I think Ryan's yeah, Ryan. There's a first one.
They have ball, they
retaliate.
They have ball, we have this ice. Hey, you know everything I know. Within yourself, energy from whistle to whistle, nothing stupid. Walk away. Okay? Take a deep breath and walk away. Deal? Let's go. Whistle to whistle intensity. I'm proud.
Lady Riders on 3! 1, 2, 3, Lady Riders!
Ryan. He's picturing you laying on the ground. Run out there and protect you. My strap? I was like, oh god, I'm sorry, I'm not trying. I was like, I don't go like this. Show me your chin shot. I watched the video. What? I watched the video. You guys act like a random. It's just like, well, they were supposed to do this. So it was supposed to be like this. Why do you like that now? What? No, I usually feed Bella.
Kendall, we can still do that.
Because it adds like, guys, can we do a show for this? No. That's what they call
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Board of Education and Administration of St. Mary's High School, we welcome you to Rough Rider Field for today's non-league match featuring our guests, the Liberty Center Tigers, and your St. Mary's Memorial Lady Riders. In order to make this match as enjoyable as possible, please represent your school and your community in a positive and respectful manner by following the rules, speaking and acting responsibly, showing courtesy and respect for all involved, including fans, officials, coaches, administrators, and of course, and their opponents. Let's respect each other and respect the game. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a nation with freedoms like no other. To celebrate those freedoms, we ask that you please stand, remove your hat, as we play our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. Tonight's officials have been selected in accordance with the procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Let us welcome and thank Neil Good and Michael Dew for being part of tonight's match. And now let's meet the teams. First, for our guests, the Liberty Center Tigers. They are coached by Chad Ball, along with assistants Shane Hollenball, Colleen Roth, Becky Keller, and Kylie Kern. The starters for the Tigers tonight are number 12, Callie Stoner, number 39, Brooklyn Miller, number 9, Quinn Bailey, number 11, Abby Rentz, number 13, Emma Talent, number 4, Lexus Long, number 8, Tegan Oberhauser, number 2, Lainey Homentree, number 33, Nicole Barner, and number 7, Kinsley Hollenball. And in the goal tonight for the Tigers, number 65, Maddie Statler. And now for your Lady Riders. The Riders are coached by Nick Wilson, along with his assistants, Ashley Petrisky, Lily Ankerman, and Emma Burke. The starters this evening for the Riders are number 2, Jillian Jacobs, number 5, Allison Ankerman, number 7, Sophia Maker, number 8, Lauren Jacobs, number 12, Aubrey Burke, number 16, Layla Ermshire, number 17, Kendall Davis, number 21, Piper Triplett, number 26, Claire Turner, and number 38, Eliana Weigel. In the goal tonight for the Lady Riders, number 3, Bella Hergenstein. We want to wish both teams the best of luck, and we want to welcome you once again to Rough Rider Field for tonight's match between the Lady Riders and the Liberty Center Tigers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Rider Nation Station broadcast. I'm Doug Spencer. Alongside me, Howie Spencer, who is commentating and providing all of the technical direction as well. We are here at Rough Rider Field, a gorgeous night here in St. Mary's, Ohio, for non-league conference soccer between the Liberty Center Tigers and the St. Mary's Memorial Rough Riders. For those of you unfamiliar with Liberty Center, as this is the first time that St. Mary's has faced Liberty Center, it is a little ways away from here, so the ladies from Liberty Center had an hour and 45-minute trip to make it to Rough Rider Field. To basically provide you a little bit of geography lesson as to where Liberty Center is located, it's just a tad south of Wauseon. Familiar spot that you might know is Sauter Village. It's southeast of Sauter Village, northeast of Defiance, and west by about 30 minutes of Bowling Green. I did my student teaching in Liberty Center back in 1993 and made that trip every Monday through Friday during the spring semester to Bowling Green. Any Liberty Center fans listening, John Kusher was my cooperating teacher and a great man, and really appreciated everything that he taught me during my time student teaching at Liberty Center. So play has started. Those that are familiar with Rider Nation Station, if you're expecting the A-team of Lance Ibrahim, Seth Hertenstein, Dave Ring, you're not going to have them tonight. Bringing in the old-timer here, Doug Spencer, along with Howie, who is intermittently going to be able to offer some insight as we got a nice through ball to Aubrey Burt, left side. She's going to fire it and into the awaiting hands of the very talented goalkeeper, number 65, Maddie Sattler. She averages 9.2 saves per game. She's had 2 shutouts to her record for this young season, as the Liberty Center Tigers are currently 5-3-1. Last year, under the direction of Coach Chad Ball, 8-8-1. We'll see an offensive output from the Tigers, about 4 goals per game, and giving up just under 2 goals per game. For Coach Nick Wilson, It's been the defense. They're allowing just a tad over 1 goal per game, and they're just scoring a little more than that, 1.3 goals per match. And so he's definitely looking for the defense to continue to do their job and see whether or not the combination of Sophia Menker, Claire Turner, Kendall Davis, who has the ball right now, who kicks it down to Anchorman. It's going to be transition to Liberty Center on this throw-in. See if that offensive combination can find a little more production and help the Lady Riders, who Tuesday night had a juggernaut of a struggle with the Titans from Ottawa Glandorf at the 22-minute mark of the second half. On a cross, which OG is extremely known for, they were able to put the lone goal in of that contest and continue with their commanding lead in the WBL. And last week you saw here that the Lady Riders took the Wapakoneta Redskins to a 0-0 tie. So defense definitely the name of the game. We'll see what type of physicality we get here. And you're seeing chase down the ball right now. The best offensive player, number 12, Callie Stoner. She's had 18 shot attempts. She's made good on 14, so she's 1.6 goals per game. Very talented senior there, and Callie Stoner, number 12. Got a little bit of a foul leading to a direct for Jillian Jacobs. Looks like our senior Sophia Maker, number 7, was pushed and leading to this direct for Jillian. Left footer, she puts it up. Gets it through, being chased down by number 4. Kicks it outside to Burt. Burt has some speed, as you saw early on. Back to Jacobs, to Maker. Maker, great foot skills, a lot of patience, good body control. Drops back. Right side, here's Turner. Turner's going to try to hook it in, and oh, what a diving save by Statler, and you'll see it here on the Larry Schaff replay. Turner, she gets position, she tries to hook it in, and what a great diving save by the senior, Maddie Sattler, who, as previously mentioned, averages 9.2 saves per game. Looking for that through ball again to Turner, who's chasing it down. But there to stop is number 33, Nicole Barner. It's going to lead to a throw-in for the Riders near the flag. Finds Burt. Back to Davis. Davis rips. Ooh, interference. And, yes, we are going to have that interference call against the referee. Very close. Bang, bang, if we have a replay of that. Just a nanosecond off there. By Eliana Weigel. Goal kick for the Tigers. Finds Stoner. Stoner not only is a scorer, she's a distributor. She's leading the team in assists at 1.2 goals per assists per game. Averages 1.6 goals per game. As a team, again, the Tigers almost 4 goals per game, giving up almost 2 goals per game. Piper Triplett, the speedster defender, makes a run up, looks right to Anchorman. Allison Anchorman on the right side. Going to have a penalty. Looks like we're going to have an offside. And direct to restart the contest. Settled by Lauren Jacobs. Up to Kendall Davis, puts it in the air, trying to find Aubrey Burt. Finds Eliana Weigel to the right side. Nice placement. Just going to be a little too much. Good thought there. Good thoughts of going outside and trying to bring it back in. Just a little too much on the pass from Weigel. Throw in for the Tigers. Jillian to her sister Lauren. Crossfield to Soph. Nice call by Soph. Nice distribution by Lauren. Through the middle, Kendall Davis. Kendall, nice pass, but tipped away by the Liberty Center defender. Great defense by number 11, Abby Rentz, senior defender for the Liberty Center Tigers. That's onside. Nice job waiting by Kinsley Hollenball. Oh, my. I definitely thought that she had held her ground, but there the man with his hand up said nope, she was offside, going to lead to an indirect for the Rough Riders. Taking those responsibilities, number 8, Lauren Jacobs. Lauren restarts, quickly to Burt, to Davis, couple speedsters, rips and knocked away again. Third save in this early juncture of this contest. Here we have that Larry Schaff Auto Sales replay. There's Davis with the rip and Statler knocking the ball away. And as we were watching that replay, we have a score. Hopefully we've got it captured here. Weigel to Turner, and Turner off the rebound puts it back in. That comes at the 32-34 mark. Claire Turner taking St. Mary's with a 1-0 edge. And again, as you saw on that replay, nice distribution. Turner took the shot, rebounded off, and let's watch that one more time if we can. And Turner finished up with a nice rebound of that score here. So 1-0 at the 32-34 mark. Don't worry about it. And here the restart is for the Liberty Center Tigers. Nice job by Jillian, heading it to Davis. Substitution in for the Rough Riders, number 10, Olivia Walls, a freshman. Olivia Walls and Aubrey Burt, freshman, for Coach Nick Wilson. Also in for the Rough Riders, number 4, Olivia Halko, midfielder Olivia Halko. And 39 for Coach Nick Wilson. 29 is Riley Anderson that checked in, along with Caitlin Liette, who just kicked the ball right there to Riley Ludicky. So at the interchange from the score, Coach Nick Wilson put in a host of substitutes. There's Anderson against Kinsley Hollenball. Hollenball, nice footwork. Good defense by Anderson. The ball's still alive. Tried to wrap it around. It's going to be a goal kick for Bella Hertenstein. Great play between number 7 and number 29. Offensively and defensively, come to essentially a stalemate off of good play, and leads to a goal kick for the Rough Riders. Goalkeeper Bella Hertenstein Jr. restarts with the goal kick, finds Kendall Davis. Just a little hot off the touch, but she retains possession. Drops to Jillian Jacobs. Olivia Walls loses it to Stoner. Looks for Stoner. What a beautiful pass if we have that. Nice cross looking for Stoner here. Beautiful ball. She off the pass, just a tad wide of frame, and Bella Hertenstein with the goal kick to restart once again. Finds Liette to Halko. Stolen away by the Tigers. Chased down. It's going to be out. Throw in for the Rough Riders. Kinsley Hollenball, number 7, really with a lot of hustle, chasing it down into the Rough Rider dugout. Makes her way back out. Also checked in for the Rough Riders, number 35, Braylon Baker. So Coach Wilson with wholesale substitutions after the Claire Turner goal at the 32-34 mark. Seeing what the second line is able to do. Bringing it down is Hollenball down the right side. Stolen away by Piper Triplett. Great dribbling by Walls. Tries to get that pass through. Ricocheted off. Walls drops to Davis. Davis is kind of the quarterback out here for the Rough Riders in the midfield. She's got great vision, great footwork, and she has amazing speed. So we'll see all what she can get done distributing for the Rough Riders. Kelly Stoner has the ball knocked out. Throw in again for the Tigers. Again, this is the first time that both teams have ever played one another, trying to get a handle of how each team plays the game. The aggressiveness offensively by the Rough Riders has kind of been an edge as Callie Stoner trying to work the edge on the right side against number 2, Jillian Jacobs, the sophomore defender. Brings it back to the middle. Still a little bit dangerous, but finally Piper Triplett is able to kick the ball out, allow the Rough Rider defense to reset. And we have a substitution for Coach Chad Ball's Liberty Center Tigers entering into the contest. Number 15, Avery Miller, a freshman. Stepping out is number 39, Brooklyn Miller, a senior. Throw in for Liberty Center. Ball's in the 18, finally cleared by Davis down the walls on the left side. A lot of green to pass, and she finds Olivia Halko. Quick with the step up are the Tigers, taking that ball away. And sticking with it is number 8, Tegan Oberhauser. Finds Hollenball. Can't settle that ball. And the Rough Riders are on the attack the other way. Liette to Riley Ludicky. Ludicky with a beautiful ball to Baker. But I believe we're going to get an offsides call. What a great ball by Ludicky, trying to find on the opposite side Braylon Baker, but get called for the infraction. Going to be a restart by, I believe, number 8, Tegan Oberhauser, with the indirect. Referee has his hand up in the air, signifying that it is the indirect. Couple headers, 3 headers, and Piper Triplett tries to clear it, but into the stomach of Kinsley Hollenball, who chases it down, and the referee finally make the determination that it was last touched by number 7, Kinsley Hollenball. Goal kick once again for Bella Hertenstein. Lots of substitutes. Anchorman back in. Minker, Weigel, Turner, and Ermshire return for Coach Nick Wilson's Rough Riders. Bella with a worm burner there, finally settled by the Rough Riders. Soph working her magic with her feet, tries to go opposite field, finds a shoulder of Weigel, but there's Jacobs to retrieve the ball and get us going down the left side. Too much, once again, for Braylon Baker. Throw in for the Tigers. If you're just tuning in, you see that the scoreboard's reflecting a 1-goal lead for the Rough Riders. That came at the 32-34 mark. Claire Turner had a shot, was stopped by the goalie, but ricocheted off, and Claire was there to rebound and put it back in. Beautiful ball by Jillian Jacobs. Connects with Baker this time. Baker on the left side. She's being challenged. Tries to find Soph Minker, and it's going to go out against Soph and goal kick. Really like the play that we're seeing, trying to connect with the freshman, number 35, Braylon Baker, on the left side. Knew that she needed to give that ball back up to Soph, and just a little too difficult to control, and goes out. Goal kick for the goalkeeper you see there, number 65, Maddie Sattler. She's already had 3 great saves as she restarts with the goal kick. Settled by Ludicky. Good spacing, good passing by the Lady Riders in the early part of this contest. And really trying to focus on that left side to the freshman, Braylon Baker. Substitute coming in is number 17, Tinley Klein. And taking a breather, number 7, Kinsley Hollenbaugh for the Tigers. Nice work by Stoner. Nice pass, bicycle kick pass. Returned back to her. Throw in by the Tigers. Looks like substitution coming in. Number 14, Carly Soto. And the throw in is going to be done by number 5, Kylie Penson. Check that. It's now going to be thrown in by Soto, who just checked in. Soph with that patented 360-degree turn. Great body control, great footwork. Soph Manker, leading scorer. They're on. Cross just checked in, and there is Bella. But we also have an infraction before the shot on goal. Here we see the replay. Looks like she was just a tad ahead of the last defender. And number 17, good shot, Tinley Klein, but offside, indirect. Ooh, and Bella struggles with a divot there. Unfortunately, senior Lauren Jacobs there to make certain nothing disastrous happens for the Rough Riders. Lines Turner, the lone scorer of the contest thus far. Number 26. Stoner, the senior, she has 14 total goals on the season. She is a definite scorer, great offensive weapon, averaging 1.6 goals per game. Checking back in for the Tigers, number 7, Kinsley Hollenbaugh, sophomore. And for the Rough Riders, number 17, Kendall Davis, a junior. First corner kick of the contest. Headed out by the sophomore Jillian Jacobs. Well done by Jillian. Still in the box. Rough Riders finally get it cleared. Once again by Jillian, chasing the ball down. Number 12, Audrey Burt, the speedster freshman. She's going to go one-on-one. She gets past the defender, and not enough real estate for her to get a good shot. Scooped up by number 65, Maddie Statler. Burt, good foot control, great speed. The defender just recovered pretty darn well there and did not give a real solid scoring opportunity for Aubrey Burt. Nice step up by Ermsher. Left foot trying to find Turner. Good defensive wall by the Tigers to prevent anything disastrous from occurring inside the 18. Rough Riders near midfield trying to reset another offensive set here. Weigel, nice ball reversal to Ankerman on the right side. Ankerman quickly gets a turn on that, and one hopper into the awaiting hands of Sattler. One of the things that we talked about to start pregame is Jacobs gets that ball turned and founds Weigel. It's about an hour and 45 minutes from St. Mary's to Liberty Center. There is a common opponent, and that common opponent was the Bryan Golden Bears. And ironically enough, St. Mary's and Liberty Center lost to Bryan with the identical score of 1-3. So that's the only common foe that we have had this entire season between these two teams who are meeting for the first time. Davis throw in, finds Soph. Soph gets a turn, left footer, looking for Turner. Turner once more, ricocheted off the defender, but here comes Ermshire. Ermshire, nothing, and it's cleared away by number 4, Lexus Long. Allows that defense to reset. A little bit of pressure was applied by the Rough Riders inside at 18, but they come up empty, but they still have a 1-0 lead as it's kicked out by Turner, going to be throw-in for the Tigers. First substitutions, number 13, Emma Talent, checks back in, as does number 17, Tinley Klein. Great camera work by Rhett Chisholm. Aubrey Burt really making things difficult for the Tigers to clear away. And there's a beautiful shot, and oh my! Let's go da-da-da-da-da-da with Statler here. Great, beautiful shot by Minker. Left footer, tapped up off the bar. Here comes Davis, and diving to smother that ball is Sattler. That's probably the 5th save that she has, and she averages 9.2. What a great goalkeeping display. Just exercised there by the junior goalkeeper, Maddie Sattler. Davis wants to put the left foot on into the middle. Turner! And once again, denied as we see it coming here. Davis, nice left foot, puts it up to the very tall Turner, just off a little bit. There's Sattler. And Sattler punts away. Controlled by Jacobs. Finds Soph Maker. Nice job. Finds Davis, but I believe we're going to get offsides call there on Davis. Couldn't hold the line long enough, and fraction against the Rough Riders, leading into indirect kick once again for the Tigers. Thanks all for tuning in. Beautiful night for soccer here at Rough Rider Field. The conditions are just absolutely ideal. Here's the indirect restart. Soph knocks that down with the left foot. Uses her great vision, patience. Finds Davis on the left side. Davis, a speedster. She's going to try to get this turned again. And it's well defended and kicked out by the Tigers. Lots of substitutions. Number 36, Hallie Shade comes in for the Tigers. Number 10, Ball. Number 4, Halco. Number 15, Liette. Number 29, Anderson. And number 9, Riley Ludicky. Check in for Coach Nick Wilson. So it's dangerous with that left foot into the middle. Finds Liette. Liette tries to settle it. Can't get it. Oh, she does. And right into the hands again of Sattler. She punts away. Nobody controls the 50-50. Still trying to get that ball settled. Halco to triplet. See if we can finally get a possession here. A lot of pinball been happening here, and gets kicked to the opposite side of the field. Chasing down is number 15, Avery Miller, but wisely cleared out by the senior, Lauren Jacobs. Checking back in to the starting lineup. Number 4, Lexus Long, and number 12, Callie Stoner. Stoner's the offensive weapon that the Rough Riders definitely need to keep checked, as Lauren Jacobs displays a little bit of thievery there. Kicks it off the Tiger defender with a quick throw in to the target, Soph Minker. Soph with an errant pass stolen by number 13, Talent. And again, Jacobs there to take away or cause deflection. Being chased down by Anderson. Anderson trying to keep it in, cannot. Going to be a throw in for the Tigers once Kylie Penson gets checked in for the Tigers. Taking a breather, number 33, Nicole Barner. Black throw. Anderson going down the line here, looking for Soph. Again, the vision, the body control, the footwork of Soph makes her dangerous in that midfield. Trying to find Ludicky. Nope, she's going opposite field. Nice. Almost like a little decoy to the right side to Ludicky, and she switches to the left. And here comes Walls. She punches it hard again. Denied. Watch this Larry Schaff replay. Great strike by Walls, but even greater stop by the goalkeeper from Liberty Center. Good punt. Headed by Soph. Controlled by the Rough Riders to the left side. Davis just a little too much. Throw in for the Tigers. Jillian Jacobs from the defense works right side, trying to find Ludicky. It was a great thought. Great thought. Coach Ring would be saying, I like it, just a little too much on the pass, switching sides of the field to number 9, Riley Ludicky. Rough Riders just a little bit of an edge on the speed and aggressiveness thus far. Nice ball by Lauren Jacobs, keeping it alive. The Rough Rider defense has just been extremely stingy, not giving much opportunity for, there's got to be a foul, and it is called. Sophia Minker goes down hard, and foul is going to be against number 9, senior Quinn Bailey. Lauren Jacobs with the restart on the free kick here. Finds Liette in the knees, bounces back toward midfield. And chasing that ball down is the speedster, Kendall Davis. Just not fast enough to keep it in, and we have substitutions once again. 33-8, Tegan Oberhauser checks back in for Liberty Center. 33, Nicole Barner. For the Rough Riders, number 35, Braylon Baker checks in as well. And Layla Ermsher, number 16. This contest has led to a lot of substitutions as the ball gets cleared away by Piper Triplett. Great speed, gets it cleared away. Defense gets to reset as Kinsley Hollandball. Nope. Number 36. Shade is going to toss it in, and Ermsher does a nice job kicking it down the right side, trying to find Ludicky. Ludicky's going to throw the ball in quickly. Too quick. The referee wanted her to go back closer to where the ball was kicked out. Anderson will take the throw-in responsibility. Anderson finds Ludicky. Touched. Not enough on the return pass to Anderson. Stolen away. And here comes number 13, Emma Talent. Working against Anderson. Gets down that left side. Last touch by Riley Anderson. Throw in for the Tigers. Finds in the middle, number 8, Oberhauser. Tries to reverse. Boy. Aubrey Burt is fast, and so is number 35, freshman Braylon Baker on that left side. Riders definitely blessed with some speed right now. Somebody needs a little bit of a respite. In comes another speedster. Good recipe for Coach Nick Wilson. Again, on Tuesday, tough one, WBL juggernaut of a competition where the Titans at the 22-minute mark were able to finally get one of their crosses to work and have the lone score. And the week before we were here against the county foe, Wapakoneta Redskins, and it was a 0-0 tie as Anderson cannot connect with Liette on that pass back to the middle. Another foul called against the Tigers. I believe Jillian Jacobs will restart with this free kick. Left footer. Punches it down, gets through. Here comes Baker. Baker trying to get that angle, but great defensive play by number 5, Kylie Penson, to step in front and get that ball cleared out for the Rough Rider throw and get that defense to reset. I think the pace of the game definitely favorable for the Rough Riders. Saw a couple Tiger hands go up in the air, asking for a little bit of a breather next opportunity. And here the Rough Riders are putting the pressure on. Nice chip. Oh, what a great opportunity right there. Ludicky, watch this. Off the bounce. Oh, that was pretty. Just a bit too high. Here again with the goal kick, Sattler. Needed a little help from the teammate to get the cleat string tied, taken care of, and here come the Rough Riders off of the goal kick. As mentioned, the Tigers have a great offensive player, number 12, Callie Stoner, and one of the best ways to try to combat her offensive capability is to keep the ball on the other end of the pitch, and the Rough Riders have been doing a great job with that as they work on the give and go. Just a little too much, but chasing it down is Long. Number 4 versus number 4. She drops back wisely to Hollenball. A lot of pressure by Ludicky. Here we go with Stoner. Stoner puts in a deep shot from 20, just a little too high. Nice footwork, and she quickly goes for the score, just off frame a tad, and goal kick for the Rough Riders. Yeah, just as I start mentioning that the best way to contain their offensive threat, Callie Stoner, is keep the ball on the opposite side of the pitch. There Stoner is with the first shot attempt. A lot of good talk by the Riders, letting everybody know where they're at, where they want the pass. There's Aubrey Burt, the speedster, the freshman. Good foot control, just a little too much as she tries to connect with number 5, Allison Ankerman. Ankerman, a junior. Aubrey Burt kicks the ball out at the referee. Throw in for the Tigers. With just 5.5 minutes to go in this first half, have a stoppage in play. We're going to get a yellow card assessed against Liberty Center's number 9. She had a hard foul earlier there, and the referee did not like something that he just observed, so he assesses the yellow card to her. She's going to sit, and checking in for Coach Chad Ball, number 15, Avery Miller. We've got 5:25 as the clock stopped there. As I was saying before that yellow card was distributed, in the last 5 minutes. I'm sure that Liberty Center would like to try to get a nice offensive possession. Really have only had one decent shot on goal, challenging St. Mary's' goalkeeper, as most of the offensive play has been done on this south goal, with the Rough Riders definitely in control of possession in the first 35 minutes of this contest. Davis looking for Baker. Eliana Weigel, quick with the throw. Finds Burt. The ball gets through. Soph has an opportunity, but going to be scooped up. A little bit dangerous, a little bit of an opportunity there for Soph to get there before the goaltender did, but they both communicated and they knew what they were doing. Speaking of the A-team, finally, geez. Lance Ibrahim, ladies and gentlemen, here to help out this lone commentator. Lance, have you seen any part of the game yet?
I was watching it on Rider Nation Station. Yes, I was watching it on Rider Nation Station on my way over here from a football game. And I can tell you, the game looks good, but the announcers, unbelievable.
Yeah.
I thought it was Howie.
It should have been. Yeah, it's definitely been a nice offensively controlled contest by the Rough Riders. This goalkeeper, Lance, we're seeing an absolute amazing display. She obviously let one get through where Claire Turner didn't give up, had a little bit of a ricochet off of the goalie, and Claire was able to put it back in. Great distribution by Claire, but we're going to get the offsides call once again. Sattler for Liberty Center has been challenged quite often, and she's made some highlight films with her goalkeeping talent tonight.
She's been under heavy fire for sure.
Man down there, my.
Shot her own player right in the back.
St. Mary's isn't quite sure. Yep. Looks like she's going to be okay. Soph with the left-footed shot.
Ooh.
Boy, that was white on white, close proximity, and I'm seeing stars from that.
Yeah, that's something you don't see very often at this level, Doug. The players have a lot of control, but you got somebody with a restart kick, 3 or 4 yards, and a player protecting that kickoff, and she gets hit right. I don't know if it was the back of the head or right in the neck.
It was right in the back of the head, and she had no idea. It was very ugly, looks to be okay, and that's very fortunate there because that was close range with a rocket coming off that restart.
That was bad, and that's a really tough decision for the referees to keep it going. The Riders are on a bit of a run there. The referees don't want to stop that, but they also have to balance it out, which could have been a serious injury. Any had her neck injury, they're going to stop.
Exactly.
So back to Sadler. She's been under heavy fire from the Rough Riders attackers, and she's done a great job. I got to watch it on the video on my way over here and saw some of the saves, and as you said, she got one snuck by her, but she's doing the one stop, and then it's up to her backs to stop it again off the deflections.
And it really has. It's been fun to watch her. Obviously, that means that St. Mary's has some great offense working. Going to have the second corner kick off of the deflection off the back of Allison Ankerman there. Yeah, really we haven't seen too many offensive possessions or sets at this end of the pitch for the Rough Riders.
Fortunately, I like to keep it that way. I think Oberhauser is taking the corner.
She's the second leading scorer. Almost goes directly into the net. Knocked out by our goalkeeper, Bella Hertenstein, cleared out by Sophia Minker. Good play there, and if I don't know if we had the replay of that corner kick, but we definitely dodged one there.
Well, the Tigers did what they needed to do, created a lot of chaos in the box. Unfortunately, Hertenstein was able to come out and get a paw on the ball early.
Sophia Minker has a lot of skill sets out there. And it would be hard to classify which one is the best, but I almost have to go with a vision. She sees 180 degrees as she's dribbling that ball. It's quite impressive.
Well, at her skill level and experience, you will never see her look down at the ball.
Yeah.
While she's running. That's something we talked about the other night with Seth Hertenstein, that a less experienced player, they can do one or two things, but not 3 or 4 or 5 at the same time. And, of course, a veteran like Menker is able to do that. In baseball, we talk about 5 tools that a baseball player needs to have, and I think Menker's got 6.
And vision, I mean, if you got vision, you can overcome maybe a little bit lesser skill set that you may have, because you can see, you can distribute, you know where that ball needs to go.
Speaking of Menker, she's taking a corner here. I'd expect her to probably try to bend this in on a long corner. Should have chaos in the box, under 10 seconds left. Wow.
That was almost an own, but Sattler is not only good at defending against the Rough Riders, but defending against her own team.
Sattler made a small error there. There wasn't enough time left in the half for the Rough Riders to take advantage of it, but she didn't quite get that punt away, I think probably being in a hurry.
Yep.
And left it a little bit short. So, well, you got to see it. You had a better view of the first half than I did, Doug. Tell us what you saw in the first half and maybe what we have to expect in the second half.
Yeah, so definitely it was an offensive domination by the Rough Riders. Great spacing. One of the things that I love seeing is switching sides of the field, and it was done quite frequently by the Rough Riders. And I haven't really been, from this position, able to watch Coach Nick Wilson's Rough Riders, but something that I'm truly amazed is the speed that he has, and a lot of that speed is from his freshmen. Bert, I'm not going to run against her. Baker, I totally unfamiliar with Baker until tonight, and you know, several times they've been looking down the sidelines trying to find Baker on that left side, and she's got some explosive speed. So defensively, they've been doing a great job. Jacobs, triplet, and how do you combat a scorer? Don't let her have attempts.
Like Stoner, yeah. Don't let her get a look. Don't let her get a touch. And don't forget about Walls, too, another freshman.
Yep.
We talked about the other night. These freshmen are not just filling in time. They're creating opportunities for their team. And we did say, whoever plays the Lady Riders after the OG game, look out, because that was a heck of a game, only in a 0-1 loss against a team that now has 35 straight in the WBL. So I think the Lady Riders come off that, roll into tonight. And I think they've showed that in the first half with a lot of offense.
Absolutely, and this is pivotal for this Lady Rider team to come off of. You had the tie against Wapakoneta, you had the 1-0 loss, played a great game, and now build that momentum for that second half of this season and tournament. It's kind of crazy to say tournament, but it's not far from where we are right now. And you know, I think this is that key game coming off of the tie and that loss, where things could appear totally different for them had things gone just a little bit different. But you got to build on what you've done and where you want to go. And so far in the first 40, I think Coach Wilson he's probably relatively happy with the play of his team.
I think so. They might be a little bit worn down, so they're going to have to be smart about their subs.
And speaking of worn down and subs, he has subbed a lot. I mean, he always does. But after our first goal, which came at the 32-34 mark, so it was quick, we were watching the replay, and all of a sudden I look up, and it's almost an entire line change. So
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, Coach Wilson definitely making certain that he is getting a lot of substitutions in and keeping people rested and able to give their all during this contest. Well, Lance, let's take just a quick little break, and we'll be right back to bring that last 40.
I think we need to pay off our sponsors here, and then we'll be back in just a little bit.
Thank goodness you showed up.
Yeah.
Dude,
Solo is.
Dude, okay, here I am, though.
All righty, back here, Doug Spencer, Lance Ibrahim for the second 40 of this great night of soccer. Lance, a lot of great things with soccer, but when you've got great weather, it just makes it that much more enjoyable.
It is absolutely perfect, and one of the things you look for here tonight, Doug, is neither team has an advantage on the direction. You look at the flag during the national anthem, laying flat. That's typical this time of year, not typical any other time of the year here in Northwest Ohio. But so neither team has an advantage going against the wind or with the wind.
Speaking of advantage, St. Mary's has that lone goal that came at the 32-34 mark. Claire Turner was able to put it in against a very talented goalkeeper for Liberty Center. She's early on made her own little highlight reel. So one of the things that Coach Wilson's going to definitely want is to see that continued possession favoring the Rough Riders, that they were on the Liberty Center end of the pitch for a major dominance of the first 40, and that's what he's after here as well.
They're doing it right now. See, since the whistle's blown, we've been down here on the Liberty Center half, and with this keeper, with Statler being such a good keeper, the Riders are going to have to take maybe a different approach on the attack. A straight-on attack isn't going to work with her. You're going to have to get her off balance and facing the wrong way.
And again, the senior, number 12, Callie Stoner, she's had one shot on goal, and for the season, as we've got a breakaway from Weigel. There's a little miscue by Sattler, but woo.
That's what we're looking for, is maybe a second chance. This time her hands are a little more sure as they were in the first half.
I like Weigel.
It was a hard hit.
Yep.
Hard hit by Weigel.
She had a lot of real estate, but she went after it, and it was not fielded cleanly by Sattler, and the Tigers dodged one there. But again, here we are on this lopsided field because the Rough Riders have spent most of the time on the Tigers' end, but they only possess that one-goal lead, trying to stretch that even more.
Sometimes it's a bit of a game of attrition, that you just keep the ball on their side of the field and you keep pounding the ball into the goalie and see what happens, but it only takes one the other direction.
As Miller is going down the right side, the senior tries to get it turned, but there's Lauren Jacobs getting it cleared out, and Bella's going to let that one roll out for the goal kick. So it mentioned it a couple times, but the senior scorer for the Tigers, Callie Stoner, she's only had one legitimate shot on goal. She has scored 14 for the season, so she's typically good at average about 1.5 goals per game, and she hasn't really had much of an opportunity. Again, that's because the Rough Rider defense not letting that ball cross midfield, and the Rough Rider offense definitely doing a good job possessing on the Tigers' end.
As you would say with Menker, same thing with Stoner, don't let her have the ball.
Yes.
If the ball's on her foot, it's dangerous. So first thing, prevent it getting to her. Once she does have the ball, then just prevent the shot.
Do you think, Coach, obviously every coach wants to score and score frequently, but I think coming out of the gates here as we have an infraction against the Tigers, I think he wanted one quick out of the gate here. We've got just under 4 minutes off 3 minutes off the clock, and throw in for the Rough Riders. But, yeah, it looked like they were trying to step it up and extend that 1-0 goal real quick into the second half.
Great. That's a great point. They scored early in the first half, get a quick score in the second half. One's never enough.
Yep.
Right? And two's only one away from one.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
3 is the only time you can kind of be a little bit more comfortable. So Lady Riders have a long ways to go tonight against a very good team and what appears to be a very evenly matched team, except for speed. So far, we definitely have them on speed, but their ball handling looks pretty good, and, of course, their keeper's been great, as you've said.
Yep. I mentioned this as I started the game. You weren't here quite yet, but 32 years ago, I had the opportunity to student teach at Liberty Center. And I got to talk to the coaches a little bit and ask about a couple of the teachers as the Riders are on attack here. Weigel, she's going after it again, high up. Turner wanted to head it in. There is Sattler one more time as we're going to watch this play. Again, Weigel is quick with the strike. She puts it up. Perfect ball. Looking for Turner. No.
Wow. If Turner gets over the top of the goalie's hands, which is hard to do, right? If she gets up there, that's a goal. That's a great move by Weigel to recognize that. You were talking about vision earlier. You can't really see that. You're just seeing it in your periphery. And she puts that ball 1 yard off the crossbar. Perfect spot to put it.
Number 12, Stoner, who also leads the team in assists as well as goals. She's very good with that kick back. She's done that multiple times, and there you just saw it right there.
Yeah, she's facing the ball, and one little touch, and all of a sudden it's behind her, and they're heading the right direction.
Yep. Definitely a lot of skill sets for the senior there as we have a throw in. Stoner wants it.
Looked like a hand.
That's what I.
Maybe the ball never hit it, but she stuck her arm out, clotheslined it, maybe never touched it. Certainly the arm would not have been considered in a natural position. Here's a leading pass to the freshman Burt, getting the first touch, and a lot of contact there. Let's see what we got.
Oh, my.
From very far away. It was definitely outside the box, but we got a referee coming in hot.
And I watch this. I'm probably going to disagree on this. Unless, I don't know if she got that left hand extended.
Burt got, as soon as, watch this.
On her back. Does she push her in the back?
As soon as Burt touches the ball, then she gets a contact.
Yep.
Now, it's just outside the box, so it's going to be a direct. Too bad it was another couple yards in. It would have been a PK.
Yep. At first, I thought that was clean, but as we watch that Larry Schaff replay, yeah, definitely she got that edge, and there was that push in the back, and we're going to have this direct opportunity because of the great pass. I believe Davis led that great ball.
To the speed of Burt.
Yep.
And let's see what the plan is here, right? The Rough Riders have several different ways to approach this. One is just a hot shot. The other could be a pop-up or not direct on the goal. Let's see what
Here's
Soph.
Here. She goes for the corner just over the crossbar. Take a look at this again. Boy, just inches. Oh, great camera work there by Fish. I believe that was Fish's camera working there. Not going to give credit to my brother. Don't care what you say, Lance.
So there was a few different ways they could go about that, Doug. You could go with a really just a hot shot for a deflection.
Oh, what a great camera angle by Rhett Chisholm.
And the one we didn't say, the possible attack, was just go upper 90 with the great foot of Menker like a surgeon.
Yep.
And put that ball, one ball diameter over the top of the frame. And as good as Statler is, there's only so much of her that can get to the corner. It's a big goal. It's 8 feet high, 24 feet wide, and that corner would have been unreachable for her. And you'll notice, Doug, she set up a wall there. She actually set up a couple of walls and gave Menker an option, and that option was that upper right corner that Menker almost hit.
Well, nonetheless, here we are on the Rough Rider end of the field, and there's a Stoner with a strike wide left. Didn't really get the shot that she wanted, but she's anxious, right? She's ready to get into the scoring column.
She's not going to hit her 1.5 goals a game if she doesn't get going here. That was a great foot skill move she did there just to get her defender off balance. Gave just enough space for her to have a hit. She did miss the hit, but it was an open shot between her and Hertenstein.
And definitely don't want to give her that many opportunities because she has the ability to score against the Riders and do it quickly.
If she can see your keeper and she has a ball in her foot, that can be a bad time for you. So you got to prevent, as we said before, prevent her getting the ball. Once she gets it, you got to break her down as best as you can. Just stay between ball and net. Probably not a good time to take it away. Let somebody else come up and help you out.
I'm going to go back to my story about Liberty Center and me student teaching. So I got to talk to
this was back in a
couple of coaches.
This was a one-room schoolhouse back in the day.
Yeah, I'm not that old. Tigers back on attack. Rough Rider D able to punch that ball back out. Piper Triplett was there to take care of defensive business for Coach Wilson. But got to talk to one of the coaches, and my cooperating teacher was John Kusher, and got a little update about him. Unfortunately, I found out that Mr. Kusher passed away in 2019. But a story that I was telling him was he coached football, who I was talking to, and I said, here's a good connection to St. Mary's as the Tigers have a throw-in here. Nice throw, headed.
Tigers still keeping it down in Rough Rider territory right now. Now's the time to get it out of there. You can't just clear it out because their mids will pick it up. And the shot
Did you
over
count the
top
one
of the
before
frame.
she touched it and turned and fired? Because I don't know that there was much more time than that.
Not a lot of time.
As we're waiting on this goal kick, I said, here's a St. Mary's connection that your head football coach, Rex Lingerich, his best buddy was buddies with the St. Mary's, and he finished the story, and he's like, yeah, we came down here and learned the wing T because of Coach Greg Freewalt.
Oh, my.
Yeah, so that was a fun story as Burt puts some pressure. Backside, Weigel just could not make the connection. Ball stays in. Hopefully we're going to get a replay and see how close that was. Nice job by number 4, Long. She took that a long distance to get it out of St. Mary's territory. And we're going to get a foul called against.
Let's check the replay on this pass.
The Tigers.
Two opportunities at a goal.
One, and there's
Burt,
Weigel.
2 Weigel.
Just a tad late.
You know what we say about that? We ran out of Weigel. We only got this much, and we
Here, look at this view.
Have enough.
1, 2.
From the goal line view, yep. If Weigel just goes up one size in shoes, one half a shoe size, that's a goal. So now we got an infraction against the Tigers, another direct coming from Menker.
Right into the waiting hands of Sattler. Good ball. Good ball. Rough Riders just did not have much of an opportunity to do anything with that, and easily denied by the goalkeeper. Great knockdown. Oh, my goodness.
Got a chance
Davis.
to pop it. And again.
My Davis, how did you knock that out of the air?
Wow.
Great vision immediately. Here's Burt.
And a double chance. Sadler, of course, comes out. And but watch this. Watch this move right here that keeps this ball in here. Sadler back out, and then off the left foot of Burt, just wide of the frame. Now, a little more experience, Doug. And Burt's going to do this. She's going to see the keeper out there. She's going to put her head down and pop the ball up. It's going to be a little chip shot, like think about a pitching wedge, a sand wedge. A little more experience, and that keeps her from going right into the goalie. But the speed of Burt, and was it the leg of Davis? A little kung fu
How she
kick.
knocked it out of the air. Yeah, she was kung fu fighting there and knocked it out. And immediately transition with a great pass.
You know what can happen on that a lot of times, Doug? Offsides. Your team may not get back fast enough, but Burt's quick enough to get on sides fast. Many times if Davis does that and puts that ball in play, you're gonna be offside. You just didn't get a chance to get back on sides.
Now you said pitching wedge and up in the air. That never works when I try that.
Okay, for Logan Yelton or something like that at his golf bachelor party, a guy like that can actually get it up in the air there.
Yeah.
I think we had a couple of players check in at that last break. I think Halco entered the game. Walls and Anderson is in the lineup for the Rough Riders now. And again, Coach Wilson keeps a steady flow of subs to keep fresh legs in the game. It's very typical of him to do that. And in a 2-big game week.
That's trouble.
Nice shot.
Oh, my.
Top bar.
Turner trying to rebound again and does it.
And everybody on sides.
Nope, he's pointing goal. Yep. Boy, that was fun, but definitely have the offsides call here.
We'll see what we got on the replay. Off the top, but here's the one off the top bar, and Sadler's hands and bar. And then we'll get a look here at what happens after that. So here's the pop-up. Beautiful angle on the camera right on the goal line. Sadler was actually in the goal. They ran out of Sadler on that one.
Right,
so much
Sadler, she was.
And then we just talked about this. As soon as that happens, it's very easy to have players offsides. They just never had a chance to get back on. Still keeping the pressure, though, down here on the Lady Tigers.
And let's talk about something. St. Mary's has a 1-0 lead, and they got that at the 32-34 mark in the first half. It's been a game that's really been controlled by the Rough Riders.
Yes. Yep. Possession has – we don't
but
measure
it's 1-0.
Yeah, we don't measure possession in soccer. But without the saves from Sadler, this game could easily be out of control for the Lady Tigers.
And the Riders are just one disaster away from this game being tied up.
It can happen that fast. Any long run, it can happen that fast. We had a couple players check back into the game now. We got 15 Liet in the game and 35 Baker, the freshman we talked about, with the super speed. And I'm positive one more player snuck in on me, and I'm not sure who it was. Well, as soon as I figure it out, we'll give them some recognition.
Armstrong was there to knock that ball down to allow St. Mary's to do a little possess, try to get on the offensive transition to Halko. Nice ball by Halko. Here comes Luedeke. Luedeke right side. He's trying to get that edge, and it's going to be a corner kick for the Lady Riders. Again, let's go back. Called Ermshire getting control of that ball so that the defense could regroup and lead that attack offensively. And what an attack offensively they just led to. And here we have Halko with the corner kick.
Going for the long corner. Headers, little chaos.
Boy, a lot of danger there.
And maybe a goal kick. Oh, he's covering the corner, so that was off of the Tigers. Referee had a great view of that, so Halko gets another corner. They may mix up the look here, right? And now Halko gets another chance. Let's see if she puts it up on frame over the hands of Sadler and see if somebody can get a header on it. I'm seeing Baker heading in there. Liet's heading in there. Anderson got her foot on the ball. This time the deflection to the goal kick. Good chaos, good possession down here. Again, we said we don't really measure possession, but you can feel it right now. And from if you're ever playing in this game, or especially coaching in this game, it feels to the Tigers like the field's on an angle, leaning towards their goalie right now. This is where timeouts would really be nice in soccer. You just have to make the adjustments. Rough Riders are not getting out, letting that out here. Baker over the top.
Just outside of the box, left footer, Baker. And here's a nice little replay.
Here's the freshman off the left foot of the freshman Baker, high, which is smart on that keeper, and then into the sure hands of Sadler.
And what I want to go back to, that was all preempted by Walls.
Keeping the ball
with a great defensive play. Yep. And here we go, opposite field as Piper Triplett utilizing her speed to try to get it turned around, but it's going to be last touched by the Tigers.
Had a little bit of contact there, but I think it was after the ball was already out of bounds. There was no advantage. Rough Riders already had the throw in.
Don't know that worked out exactly as what Piper was thinking, but nonetheless, the Riders are here on the attack. Yeah, St. Mary's not allowing any easy passes for the Tigers.
No, there's something that the Lady Riders are doing tonight that I know they tried against OG. And let's see if we can get this ball. We'll pause here for a second. As it kick it over the frame. Yeah, the other night against OG, and part of this was a little bit of just staying on the defensive for much of the game. The Lady Riders weren't moving a lot during the passes. And you see both these teams right now, they do a good job of moving off of the ball. If you're standing still and the ball is coming towards you, you are not going to receive the pass. You'll hear coaches say, step the ball.
Yep.
If you don't step the ball, you will not. Somebody's going to overrun you. And right now, you see a lot of movement, like Walls coming up the near side, always moving. Baker always moving when the Riders have got possession of the ball.
A great pass right there to the spot that led to this opportunity that just was thwarted by the Tiger defense. Now the Rough Riders are in trouble. We've got a one-on-one here, and it's going to be chipped up and just over the bar.
Wow.
You can breathe now, Lance. You can breathe now.
Yep. And Hertenstein holds her ground, makes a good decision, shouldn't come out that far. And she's tall, so if you try to go over the top of her, that's not going to work. And was that Stoner with the ball that came up there?
I think it was number 8 this time, Oberhauser, second leading scorer.
You see how upset Oberhauser was after that. I think if she had to do that again, she would have recognized how much space she had between her and the keeper and probably would have just tried to walk it in.
And that was Oberhauser right there again, who one bounce and she turned and she fired. She's smelling it. Hey, we made a long trip here. We gotta do something offensively. And so she's had 2 quick opportunities against the Rough Riders.
And she was upset there because understanding Hertenstein, in her case, you don't want to go top bar on Hertenstein. Hertenstein can jump over the top of the bar, right?
Yep.
In that case, I'm sure what she's thinking is with that much space, she could have just walked that ball in. A couple of subs coming in for the Riders. Number 5, Anchorman, returned to the game. 17, Davis coming into the lineup. And 38, Weigel returns to the lineup for the Lady Riders. Now, what we have to do now, Doug, is prevent that. You cannot count on your keeper on a 50-yard open run like that.
Yep.
Hertenstein made the right decision. If it's a breakaway, you want your keeper to come out and meet the player. You can't meet the player halfway on your side of the field. It's way too much space. Look at the speed here. Weigel, Baker, Weigel looking, making the decision. Strong left foot, keeper's talking. Just a little bit short. Just a little bit short. Where did that start?
That started,
Where
I
did it
believe, with number 16, Ermshire. We just missed it in the picture there. I believe that, here she is. Great pass.
That leading
you
pass.
can't even see who she's passing to on the screen as Bella scoops that one up. A little bit more action down against the Rough Rider defense here for the Tigers. But, yeah, I love the great vision and passing to the spot. And when you've got wheels, a little bit misplayed there by number 14. Going to be a black throw. Baker, she's making her run. She can be dangerous from here with that left foot.
See if she does it again. Pops it
right
up deep to the far
side, just wide. Boy, Anchorman was there. Great ball by Baker, left footer. And Anchorman just wide of the right post.
Got another view of this. Baker puts this ball perfectly up on the backside. This is what you have to do to Sadler. You got to get her turned around and just to the far side of the frame. We talked about this a little bit ago. You cannot take a direct attack on Sadler. That's what you got to do. Make her make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
She can only cover one side or the other, or one player or another. Can't cover two or three at the same time. Here's that 50-50 ball we've talked about, Doug, and Weigel wanted it more. When you want the 50-50 ball more, you'll get it. You have to want it more, though. This is a deflection.
And that's going to be permissible.
Yep, keeper will be allowed to pick that up. Just a quick touch on that. Your own team cannot turn around, just pass it to you with the foot. It has to be a deflection or a header back to the keeper. Otherwise, the keeper can't pick it up.
And I think we saw that
the other night.
Tuesday night,
Yep,
right at the end of the game.
A very rare occurrence for the Lady Riders to not to mishandle one like that. So, and the deflection on that last one was very clear. Yep. And it's good to know as you're watching the game to understand when can the goalie pick it up and when can't they touch it. It's really good if the goalie knows when they can pick it up,
right,
and when they can't. And
at all times, heading back.
The speed of Baker creating space, cross. And
boy, that was a great strike.
Another beautiful one. Yep, that is a save, not a collection.
That had some velocity and a wicked bounce, but there was Sattler. One, boom. Yep.
And you had, I think we had, who do we have sitting right on top?
Let's take a look right here.
We had Ludicky sitting right on top of that ball, and Liette coming right up to it as well. Got a little bit of a run for the Tigers trying to get to that outside spot unsuccessfully, and we got a throw-in coming up for the Rough Riders. Yeah, if that Sadler had to make a choice. If we want her to have to make a decision, do I collect the ball or do I pick up the next player? And we had two players coming in hot, Ludicky coming in hot, Liette coming in hot to clean that up.
Easy gather by Hertenstein as the Tigers try to strike from a long distance.
And that may have been, obviously Coach Wilson and his staff, they have been watching films on Liberty Center. You heard a lot of chirping from we heard it, you may not have heard it on the air. We heard a lot of chirping from the Rough Riders coaches on that. I think Liberty Center has a dangerous attack in about that mid position, and I don't think the Coach Wilson and his staff want to have anything to do with that. He's saying clean it off, get it out of the middle.
That ball's going to stay in. That's why you don't give up there. There's Liette. Back to Baker. Nice ball. Get a touch. Oh,
Ludicky coming too.
Everybody's back on side.
Don't worry about
Drop
that.
Back.
Don't worry about that. We got Davis. She'll keep it in. Weigel putting that ball up in the air for a possible backside attack over the end line. Doug, there's one other thing I want to make sure we talk about. And as we got players checking into the game, you got Turner coming back in. Davis come back in. We'll take a look at this on the replay. That ball dances right down the sideline before Liette cleans it up. We got also Menker return to the game. That ball dancing along the sidelines, that's what happens when you have a properly shaped and sized field. Rough Rider Field is full size, as we would say, and it's crowned just perfectly to keep the water off, but not enough for that ball to come off of there. And
there's a few places in the league that's not going to be the case.
That's an unplayable ball. Well, there's a couple places where that ball's already out. It's already out of bounds.
All right, a little one-on-one here. Oberhauser, she strikes way into the concession stand.
Speaking of pitching, Reg, Oberhauser she's fast.
She's fast.
A great ball,
strong leg,
but she keeps putting the ball up in the air way too much and putting no pressure on Hertenstein.
Yep.
So back where we were saying, there's some fields around that ball wouldn't even be in, and if it was, it would never stay in. It goes right off to the track or wherever the crown is. I love that on Rough Rider Field, a good player can, like Weigel, just lays the ball on there. Here we go with possible for Menker to get out front of a couple players. Still got possession. She's got Burt coming up the middle, and a good opportunity to get a little space. No problem. Turner's going to keep that ball in.
Again, how many tools that she has?
All of them.
The ability to stop on a dime.
Yep.
Did you see everybody run, the two defenders running with her? They continue to go by. So, stop.
She pulled the emergency brake and did a flyby. I think I've seen that move in the movie Top Gun.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful, Lance. Uh-oh. Here's Oberhauser. She's after more. Chased down by Jillian. Good defensive pressure, enough to get in the way and disrupt the shot by Oberhauser. As you see, she gets right in front of her just at the right time. And easy play by St. Mary's goalkeeper, Bella Hertenstein.
Only because Jacobs was able to break that up. And I'm thinking Oberhauser, how many runs can she take before she's going to lose a little bit of energy and not be able to outrun Jacobs on that? And Jacobs took a great angle as well. This is enough pressure on our end, not constant pressure, but when they do get it, Doug, they're getting through balls in the middle,
yep.
And they're midfield through balls, not as deep as what you'd expect. Hertenstein can't come out to get that. The Rough Rider mids have got to stop that pass from happening. As you said, all it takes is one.
Yep.
Now you got a tie game. We've worked way too hard at this point to give up an easy one.
It definitely is. We obviously are just under the 14-minute mark there, and Piper's going to try to connect. That's just a good no call right there. That ball was
incidental
up.
Contact,
yep.
Direction of ball. And Liberty Center takes the ball away in the center of the field, looking for a through ball. Jacobs not having it.
Oh, very nice by the sophomore, Jillian Jacobs. Nice job with this run. Can she get it to the middle? Nope. We're going to get it cleared out by number 9, Quinn Bailey. Substitution. Halco checks back in for Coach Nick Wilson's Riders. And Jillian just nonchalantly runs back after she sprinted about 60 yards, carrying the ball.
That's a great example for you young players. You can score from anywhere on the field. Menker deep in Liberty Center territory, looking for some options here. Weigel doing a little crossover. And now here comes the left foot. Right to the center of the field. Riders with an opportunity. Keeping it in. Menker's going to keep this ball in, not let it go over the end line. Liberty Center's had enough of that, but here's a beautiful part. Jacob steps up, take that ball away. No handling call.
He's incidental there and let it go.
And, of course, Davis in the middle of the field to clean up any possible trash. This is the ball we don't like. This is the one we don't want. This is the one that Coach Wilson is chirping about. Don't want to see a 50-yard ball in the center that turns into a run. Ooh, dance in the line. Beautiful ball. Bent it, just keeping it inbounds, and the ball stays in.
St. Mary's D stepping up.
Yeah,
again, preventing.
That was that contact that you saw again. Direction of the ball contact. Good no call.
The Tigers are accustomed to scoring 4 goals a game, and they're still at the goose egg.
See the way Weigel takes her player with her, makes a little bit of space for Menker. That's a good move. That's a bit of a basketball move, a jab step to create a little space for number 7. Liberty bent with the throw in here. Still pretty even possession. It's just Tigers' possession has been a little more dangerous. Here's a leading pass to Burt. Burt's got the takeaway. She's got the speed. Let's see what she's got here. Sadler.
Nice ball!
She got it, the freshman.
Oh, my. What great soccer acumen here. As she sees Sattler have to come out, and she goes where she's not. And a lot of times what do soccer players do?
Right into the
freak
keeper.
Right into the keeper.
Right into the keeper, yep. We just talked about this. Burt learns, Sadler comes out, and not a lot of space there. We'll see this again from another angle. Look at the space that she creates. Now leading herself. Keeper stays put. Keeper finally decides to come out. Too late. And boom, the freshman makes it 2-0 Rough Riders.
So the freshman, Aubrey Burt, at the 12:24 mark, extends that Rough Rider lead 2-0 and gives the Riders a little bit of breathing room. As that last 10 minutes, we saw the Tigers really step up offensively and start putting some pressure on that Rough Rider back line and Bella.
They had 3 legitimate opportunities. Oberhauser had 2 of them that could have put that score 2 or 3-1. Now we got 2-0. A couple of players checked in. We had Walls return to the game, and number 18, Maddie Mauter, the senior, entering into the game for the Rough Riders, giving Menker a little bit of a breather. Doug, we started to say something earlier, but the action took over. It's really important to recognize that the senior players, more experienced players, they're not afraid to pass to the freshmen.
Yes.
How many times have you seen in soccer, you've got a freshman run down the line, a junior senior looks over, sees that freshman wide open, and doesn't pass the ball. It happens in basketball all the time, and it happens in soccer. In this case, these upperclassmen, they're really learning to trust Walls, Burt, and Baker. And Burt just paid it off.
You know who I would trust? Walls, Burt, and Baker. That's
After seeing what they could do. And that's the future of the team, right?
Yep.
This season's not over. Seth Hertenstein mentioned, all right, soccer is 2 seasons, the regular season and the postseason. You can go as far as you'd like to roll through, and they're having a good week, even though it was 0-1 against OG. Remember, last time they played OG won 5-1. Long ball, lots of contact, and that's going to be a clock stop, and it's going to be a card assessed for sure. Referee's going to do a good job here to protect the keeper. This is
That's a great ball.
This is a good ball. And see how it bounces? You never want the ball to bounce, and as soon as Hertenstein gets it, she gets clobbered, and we got a card and a player leaving the field. I didn't catch a number there. Might have been number 2,
Number 7.
Number 7, there we go. So Hollenbaugh gets the card, has to come off the field for a moment. And fortunately, Hertenstein was okay, but a lot of contact there. And there's lots of contact in soccer, and it's okay. There's sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. We teach hips and shoulders, but the one thing the referee is always going to do is protect the keeper. They're really in an unprotected, compromised position like that. Here comes Hertenstein out to meet the ball.
She's got to recover. That's a live. That gets stopped.
And we'll see what the call is here. I see him pointing, but see which way they're going. I don't think it's a PK, at least I hope not.
I think he's going to mark it off as one. But boy, watch this.
I mean, Hertenstein gets her hands
She's going
on the ball.
after the
There's
ball.
a lot of contact, so maybe you just call
the extension.
It may
right
not
there.
it may not have been a penalty at all. It may be just an opportunity to see how Hertenstein's doing.
I think it's a PK. Very, very interesting. Nothing you can do about it, and here is their score, Stoner.
It had to be the contact that created.
After, right here, and then did she lift
from
up?
Hertenstein?
Yeah.
Well, I can watch that replay all day long, and I'm going to disagree with that. Absolutely not.
See what Bella can do here against their scorer. And well placed by number 12, Callie Stoner. I mean, this is absolute textbook here.
Yeah, see, what Hertenstein does is exactly what she's trained to do. You have to pick a direction as the kick is happening. The keeper cannot cover all 24 feet, so she has to make a decision. A righty's typically going to go to the left, so Hertenstein went to her right just a little bit, and that was just enough.
Great shot here of the PK.
Here. Watch Hertenstein leads right, and Stoner, of course, goes into that. Hertenstein leans to her right, and then Stoner goes into her right-hand corner of the goal. And that's too much goal.
Clock malfunction.
It's too much goal to be able to cover. But what I don't like about that, Doug, in a game this close,
which is 10 and a half minutes, get the clock working on.
Fortunately, we got that other goal. Here comes Liat up the middle.
Liat's going to plow through.
And no contact with the keeper. Notice something Sattler did there. She grabs the ball, moves to her side.
Out of the way,
right? Because you don't want to leave it up to the referee.
Yep.
So after watching that replay, I still don't agree with the call. The referee had a better view down there, but if that call was against Hertenstein in the box, I'm not seeing it. All Hertenstein does is make contact with the ball. Maybe she put her arm up to trip the player.
That's the only thing that I could see is the ball went through and she lifted that right arm up as the Tiger player was running through. That's the only observation I could make.
And maybe something else happened that created
nice job by Motter.
In the first place.
Little control, just a little off on that pass to Walls, but Walls able to chase it down.
Walls with some decisions to make, looking for feet.
She got about 3 defenders on her.
Yeah, not treating her like a freshman right now, putting 2 or 3 ladies on her. Liberty Center not able to get it out there quite yet. Of course, guess who's coming? Rough Riders, and that's okay.
Yep.
Better to defend a throw-in than to have Oberhauser take another run on us here.
Nice
watch this
little
move.
dribbling display by Walls here.
Yep, very nice, very nice. Got the Liberty Center defense bumbling and stumbling as Walls makes a little taught foot skills, probably from the time she could walk.
Sophia Maker checks back in. Ermshire. There you see Sophia.
And Mauder coming
Nice
down
ball
the
up to-
left-hand side. Here comes the senior Mauder, looking for options, keeping out front of the defense.
Get it turned.
Looking for a turn, and pays the price. And we got a clock stop, and we got another card coming. This is not a typical call. Usually once the ball's gone, you won't get this call. But watch what happens. Watch Mauder after this play. Watch what happens.
Oh, that was one heck of a check there.
Yes, I've seen that before. I saw your son teach that to my son in Yellow Springs. This is what you do. But unfortunately, it was a little bit too much. Now, a lot of times
Is
you
that
don't
when
see
Howie
that.
said, have you considered golf?
I think he mentioned there was an opening on the tennis team, if I remember. And then the next time down, of course, Howie coached him into doing that. And the referee determined that was dangerous, right? Way too dangerous.
Yep.
It didn't create an advantage for the Rough Riders or a disadvantage necessarily, but many times you don't see that call after that. So now Manker's getting some instructions from Coach Wilson, and she's got a direct shot on the goal, which means she can put it straight in without anybody touching the ball. Let's see what angle of attack she takes. Once the kick comes, the referee will sign to get that clock started again. And she goes to the back corner, which is a great spot to be in. Sadler gets first touch on the ball.
Corner.
Hits the Liberty Center player and goes off of there.
Yeah, put it where it
Look
needed
at
to
this ball.
be.
Perfect. And who touched it first? So Sadler got the
Sadler.
first touch.
Yep.
And then the Liberty Center player, she didn't like it, right, because it went off her. There's not much she could have done. Sadler with the sure hands. And then look at this deflection
Yep.
there. And
Yeah.
she doesn't like it because it gives us a corner. And here comes Manker with the corner.
Soph can be very dangerous here with that left foot from the corner.
It's a key for the Riders to get the first touch on this ball if they can. She's
Oh,
gonna
this
get
is where
another
she wants
shot
it.
at it. Nice little fake, trying to drop the players, but Riders have space if they want to use a drop. Don't need to.
Ermshire, nice job splitting two
Ermshire-
defenders
Ermshire
with the
working
ball.
against two. Anderson now working that ball. And Ermshire stepping up again for a shot. A little bit wide of the frame. It's very important on those corner kicks to get the first touch if you can. Something I noticed tonight as we check out this replay, our replay guy has gotten really good at replays. Much better than last game. So I'm assuming he took off work the last 2 days since the other night and just worked on the replays because he's making us go to work a lot more. Plenty of Larry Schaff Auto. Thank goodness we got
Yes,
them as a
sir.
sponsor because they're getting a lot of recognition tonight. Just a little bit of a miscommunication there between the freshman and the senior. Ball goes out of bounds, and now we got to throw in.
Check in for the Tigers, number 5, Kylie Penson.
And Long's taking the throw in for the Lady Tigers. Doug, what was the drive like for Liberty Center?
It's about an hour, 45 minutes drive with no easy way of getting here.
Last touch Riders, throw in Long.
I told Kyle Ankerman before the game, I said, hey, if the girls have to go to Liberty Center next year, you might want to fly them there.
Hour 45 one way, and it is a school night, right?
It is a school night.
It always seems like it works against us on this, but today it's working for us. Manker's looking for options. She's got Mauder on the outside. Mauder driving in deep, and the Lady Tigers back wants nothing to do with that. Rentz clears that out, and now the Riders get a good spot for a throw-in. Looks like Walls is going to get a break with Weigel coming in, and Anderson's going to get a break with Ankerman coming back into the field. We got a throw-in.
Maddie
taken
getting
by
some
Weigel.
great time in here for Coach Wilson.
Yep, providing fresh legs on the left-hand side. Has had a couple of nice deep runs. Again, Rentz clears that ball out. We got a throw in from Weigel to the foot. Manker's got a little bit of space. See what she does with this. Could be a low ball. Could put it in the air. Either way, it's back to the dot. I like that back pass on that one. And now we got Ermshire on the chase.
Let's. Have we seen much of Turner this second half?
Not as much as I would have thought. I see a lot of Liat, which I love to see. That young lady up front there. Just, we had a great view of it. Just
I'd like
a
to
hair
see
off
that.
sides. Yeah, just air offsides. The camera might not really show it. Oh, it's just a little bit. And it wasn't Menker that was off. She was off and came back on. And it may have been, I don't know if it was Jacobs or maybe Ludicky may have been just off by a little bit. And that's what happens when the ball goes back and forth. You get caught offsides. You don't go offsides. Yeah, that's a great point with Turner, who had the first goal of the game, right? With 34 minutes left on the clock, and I don't know if maybe she just needs a break because it's such a big week. With OG, she had a lot of time against OG and a lot of physical time against OG. But we got Liette up front there, and she's got a very sure foot.
Could be dangerous. Stoner. And there's Bella, knocks it out. Did what she needed to do. Great ball. Gets past the defense here. She's going right. She's going to bring it back to the opposite side, and Bella knew it. She got a hand on it, deflected out. Corner kick, obviously, for the Tigers, but I'd rather have that corner opportunity to defend than watch this go into the back and tie it up.
Stretch.
Great job, Bella Hertenstein. Highlight reels, both goals tonight.
Here comes the chaos. And the Rough Riders
get
first touch and get it out of the box. Now, of course, they do not want the ball in this part of the field. Too much can happen. And now they get to take over. We're working on the near side here. And now Weigel heading back.
That's one of the
trying to clear it. Go ahead, Doug.
One of the things that talked about to start the game off is that even though there's an hour and 45 minutes between the two, that there was a common opponent, and that was the Bryan Golden Bears. And we had an identical score, losing 1-3.
1-3, yeah, common foe. Great point.
And a great contest tonight, 2-1. St. Mary's trying to keep that edge with 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go in this contest here at Rough Rider Field.
A little bit of contact there. Liberty Center plays what I would say WBL soccer. A lot of shoulders.
Not a whole lot of
hips.
finesse.
There's Oberhauser with a chance.
Piper Triplett, I think, just used her feet to disrupt there.
We do not want another touch here.
They're going to call that. Yep.
And it's against Liberty Center, fortunately. So Hertenstein has only given up a PK. Let's check this on the Larry Schaff replay.
You okay?
Yeah, okay. All right, the camera was a little blurry there, so typically our crew has a great shot there. So again, the referee has a better angle than we have, and he made the call distinctively against the Tigers, and it was good because the Tigers were on a bit of a run there, and the Riders really need to get this ball down to this end of the field, get control. So Hertenstein's only given up a PK tonight, and a massive save against Liberty Benson's leading scorer.
Center.
We talked about her all night.
Liberty Center.
Yep, I'm sorry. Yeah, Liberty Center. Stoner makes a great move, and then Hertenstein just stretches out. And we said, you only have so much of a player. We have a lot of Hertenstein.
Yes.
She's super tall, very smart, and gets a hand on that ball for the corner that turns into nothing. Now, at this point, you can't just necessarily kick it into the parking lot, but let's not have turnovers when you don't have a clear pass to a player.
Good run, stay in. Just a little too much for Eliana.
Just missed it. Weigel was coming in hot. Now's a good time to possess the ball. Don't give up anything big. And if you need to, go to the parking lot.
That's a great ball. That's trouble for the Rough Riders. Piper can't get to it. That is absolute trouble for the Rough Riders at the 1:54 mark. I want to see that lead pass again after Oberhauser puts it in the back. It's just, and that's the leading assist and scorer by Stoner. Boy, she just knew she had to get it to the middle, and she did, and there was Oberhauser to get it tied up.
Now, Doug, I'm sure they weren't offsides. I don't know how they couldn't have been. Those ladies are fast, and they timed that perfectly. They can leave after the kick, which they did. And we were just talking about this. Would have been a good time to put in the park. Here's Bird up the middle with a leading pass from Menker. She's going to keep it in.
Corner.
Turns into a corner for the Lady Riders. So plenty of time left. No panic, but can't go back now, but it would have been nice to see some parking lot balls there. Look at the speed of Bird comes down, makes a defender make a decision.
Puts it on the ground.
It's a short corner. Nice seal. Nice seal by the Riders. And they need to talk.
Got to talk, girls.
Need to talk, and it's okay. They still got a shot. Weigel's going to put it up over the top.
Hook that in.
Just need another player there for Weigel. Now it's we got a clock
We got a stoppage?
Stopped. I think
we have an
had a
injury
player
here.
hurt. Yeah, so
We
clock
got a
should stop at about 1:12. And we did say that in soccer the clock doesn't stop much. Now towards the end of the game, under 5 minutes left, if you're subbing or throw-ins and your team is trying to get an advantage with the clock, they will stop the clock. Otherwise, it's running. So
Let's see if we can find number
let me
12.
See here where we get a little bit of contact.
She was right there. Yeah, I'm not real certain what
I think
happened
it was
there.
kneecap to kneecap, which is enough to stop the game, but she's not going to leave the field for that, which is fine. We don't want anybody leaving for injuries. Now we got 1:12 left. No reason to panic, but now would be a really good time for the Riders to get that ball onto the best feet, which they need to find Menker. She's the lead when it comes to setting
through.
up the plays.
That's trouble there. Here comes
Ball.
Baker. Burt.
Baker and Burt, the speed of
Got
the
to get a
freshman
quick
coming
throw
out
in
there.
here.
And there's no offsides on the throw-in. They do have time. You hear Coach Wilson saying you've got time, but make it count. Make it count. Nice pass to the middle of the field.
Ermshire.
To Ermshire. Taking a look, splitting a couple of players. And Lady Tigers kick it out.
Nice
May have
athleticism
gotten it.
by
I don't know
Coach
if you
Wilson.
got that on camera, but Coach Wilson.
That
put his
was a
leg
highlight
up.
reel right
Yep,
there.
He pulled an Ermshire. Here's
Burt.
a really nice ball in the middle of the field.
Upset.
Drops to the ball. Got one more pass there. Lot of contact. Lots of contact.
We're at 25.
Anchorman working the ball on the far side, sealing it up for the throw-in. Riders have got time, but they got to get it to some sure feet as quickly as they can. Liberty Center not having it. Riders are coming up on 10 seconds, and they can go as fast as they can go here with a quick shot, maybe even a bicycle, something to get that ball into there on the keeper. And that's it. 80 minutes of play, great action. We said it so many times, Doug, it just takes one little thing one time, and it can change the game.
To where the Rough Riders felt that they were probably in a comfortable zone as they went up 2-0. The first goal came in the first half, 32-34 mark. Claire Turner at 12:24 in the second half just kind of got a little crazy here. Offensively, 12:24. Burt with a great goal. Extends that lead to 2-0 for the Rough Riders. And then the momentum just kind of shifted for the Tigers.
Stoner with a PK.
Stoner gets that PK call, and she places it exactly where she needs to. That was with the clock stopped at 10:41. And then the tying goal with 1 minute, 54 seconds to go is number 8. Tegan Oberhauser,
who
a
had
sophomore.
plenty of chances.
She had plenty of chances, and we said in the first half that how do you make certain that you are able to control the offensive capabilities of the Tigers, and that's you keep the ball on their side of the pitch, and it was lopsided for most of the game, but it started to lean back to level play, and St. Mary's saw 2 goals come quickly under the 11-minute mark in the second half, and Liberty Center travels an hour and 45 minutes, and they don't leave with a loss. They don't leave with a victory, but they didn't give up, and they are going to leave with a 2-2 tie against the Rough Riders, the first time that these two teams have ever played one another.
Yeah, so Doug, I was watching the first half on Rider Nation Station and saw what everybody saw here. Stadler was having a great game, really holding the Lady Riders off by saves, and you cannot count on that. You want to keep your keeper board. She was save after save, and we squeezed one through. And then second half, right in the beginning of the second half, Lady Riders kept the ball on the Liberty Center side for so much of that time. Never really got a great opportunity, and Stadler had a way of taking it away. And then that through ball, time and time again, giving Liberty Center a chance, and you can see that on the replay of Oberhauser finishing that one. And, of course, the leading pass from Stoner, the number one assist, number one goal. And Oberhauser, we said she had chance after chance, and now that one she was not going to miss it after 3 times down.
Exactly. And where did that start? Midfield. And turn quick pass middle, gone. That was